Good day, everyone. Before we proceed to our proper discussion, let's first create our classroom rules. Since we will be learning and working today, it's important that we agree on some rules that will help us to maintain a respectful, organized, and positive learning environment. So please, everyone, share your ideas or our rules before we proceed to our discussion. Okay, since we are create our rules, I hope we will able to apply this. So now, before we proceed to our formal discussion, I have a given scenario here. Please, everyone, read. Okay. So the given scenario here, imagine you are already teacher on your first day of class. Some students are talking while you're speaking, and the others are not participating, and a few are teasing their classmates before starting your play. So, what would you do first to create a positive classroom environment and why? So, since all of us is we are future educator, how will you able to do to address this kind of scenario? Okay, very good. Thank you for that insights, everyone. So now, let us move on to our proper topic. So here's our objectives. So at the end of this lesson, you as a student, you should able to define the classroom climate, identify the key components of a positive classroom climate, and explain the importance of a positive classroom climate. And you should apply this principle of positive and peaceful pedagogy to create a positive classroom climate and real classroom situation. So I hope after this discussion, you should able to apply this. So now, let us move on to what is classroom climate. So since I give you some scenario that related to our topic, so what is your insight about the classroom climate? Anyone? Raise your hand. Okay, very good. So what is classroom climate? So the classroom climate is the emotional, social, and psychological atmosphere of the classroom. Meaning to say, the classroom climate refers to the emotional, social, and psychological inside the classroom. It is about how students and teacher interact with one another and how everyone feels while learning. A positive classroom learning or climate makes students feel safe, respectful, and motivated to participate where everyone feel value. So that is classroom climate. It is how you feel inside the classroom. Gets. So now, I have a question to you. You, based on your experience, what kind of classroom helped you learn best and why? Okay, very good. Since you already know about the classroom climate or you have idea about the classroom climate, let us move on to the key components of the conducive classroom climate. So the first is we have clear and collaborative rules and procedure, and the second one is predictability and structure. The third is mutual respect and inclusive practices. And the fourth is balance between teacher authority and student responsibility. The fifth is emotional safety and support. Six, teacher awareness and responsiveness. Seven, equitable participation and cooperative learning. Eight, constructive feedback and positive reinforcement. 9. Promotion of peaceful pedagogy. And the 10 is culturally responsive classroom climate. So, what is clear and collaborative rules and procedure? So, every classroom needs rules to keep things organized. However, the best rules are those that teachers and students create together. When students help make the rules, they are more likely to understand and follow them. So what I'm doing earlier, you as a students, you give your rules before we proceed to our discussion. So that is the best example of the clear and collaborative rules and procedure. Why this is the most important to us? It because you as a students, you can feel that you are belong, you are feel value, and since you are experienced that is you are the most best influence to give your own rules since you already experienced what is the best given to us rules. So gets very good. So I have a question. The question here is, if you were the teacher, what will be your first classroom rule? Why is it important? Everyone? Okay. Okay, very good. So now let us move on to the predictability and structure. So students learn better when they know what to expect every day. Having a daily routine helps reduce confusion and allows students to focus more on learning. So example here is starting every class with attendance, a short review, then the lesson at ending with an activity. So meaning to say, the students learn better when they know they are expecting this kind of um, activity or the situation in the classroom. Like the given example here is the attendance. So you or we as a students, we are able to know or we are able to expect this kind of at this kind of attendance. Because the meaning of that is when you say predictability is we all know what is our daily routine in classroom, like attendance, there's a quiz or lesson. So that is how the predictability and structure. Next, here's the question. Why do you think having a daily class routine helps the students learn better? Everyone, what do you think? Okay, very good. Thank you for that ideas or insights. So next here, mutual respect and inclusive practices. So a positive classroom is built on respect. Everyone should be treated kindly regardless of their background, abilities, or opinions. Every student deserves to feel accepted and included. So, meaning to say, we as a future educator, we should encourage the students. They feel respect and they are equal. They are equally treated. Meaning to say, we should able to understand their background since we as a students we have a different backgrounds, culture, tradition. So every students they are deserved to feel accepted and valued. Example here, you, as a you, while you are speaking, so that everyone should listen and respect their opinion. Gets? Okay, very good. I have a question here is, if a new classmate joins your class and seems shy, what would you do to make them feel welcome? Okay, anyone? Okay, very good. Thank you for that ideas and insights. Everyone, please a round of applause. So now let us move on to the balance between teacher authority and student responsibility. So the teacher guides and manage the class, but students should also learn to be responsible for their own action and learning. Both teacher and student have important roles. So example, the teach the teacher is set the deadlines. So while the student decide how to present their project. So teacher and student have the responsibility to do their own task, and everyone is should able to do that. Gets? Teacher and students have their own responsibility. So the teacher here is they must do their task, like they give quality education to their learners. So while the learners should able to learn more from their teacher. So that is the balance between teacher authority and student responsibility. Gets? So now let us move on to the question. The question here is, if your teacher lets your group choose how to present your project, what would you choose and why? Everyone? Okay, very good. Thank you for that insight. Please, everyone, give a round of applause, please. So now, since we already know about that, let us move on to the emotional safety and support. Students should feel comfortable asking questions, sharing ideas, and making mistakes without being embarrassed. And you, as a future educator, you should able to promote the mistake is our part of the learning. For example, a teacher says it's okay to make a mistake because that's how we improve. So that is the emotional safety and support. You as a future educator, you should able to feel that every learners feel safety and being supported. Gets? So, dapat hindi mo ginatreat yung mga students mo na merong there's the higher one and the lowest one. You should able to promote the equal treatments. So that's how the emotional safety and support gets. So here's the question. Have you ever been afraid to answer because you might be wrong? So what can a teacher or what can you as a future educator do to help students feel more confident? Okay, Miss. Okay, thank you for that insights. Very good. Give a hand for Miss. Okay, very good. So now let us move on to the teacher awareness and responsiveness. A good teacher pays attention to the needs and feelings of students. If a student is struggling, the teacher provide the helps and support. So, example, some of you, I feel they are bored or sad. So, I'm going to ask you, what is happening? Like I'm going to talk about in a private or in a proper way. As long as you can, you feel we p- uh you feel the safety and you feel value. So the teacher, uh, you should aware what is your students feel or what they are struggling to their lives. So the teacher gives their advice as long as can help their students. So that's the teacher, because the teacher is not all about teaching in the blackboard, but also you should able to aware what your learners can feel, and you should able to aware what your students can experience. Gets? Okay, very good. So here's the question. If you noted that one of your classmates suddenly became quiet and seemed upset, what would you do? Everyone? Okay, very good. Thank you for that insights. So now let us move on to the equitable participation and cooperative learning. Every student should have the chance to participate. Group activities should encourage teamwork where everyone contributes and help each other. So, during a group work, each member assigned to a specific role. So, meaning to say, um, we as a future educator is, if we are giving group activities, so that activities, each of their students or learners is can give their give their specific role as long as can contribute to their group activities, because we as educator we should promote the no one students left behind, that everyone can give their ideas, opinions, as long as they can participate on that specific activities. Because the more the knowledge they can share, the more they strengthen their knowledge. So that's how the equitable participation and cooperative learning gets. Very good. So here's the question. During group work, what should do if one of your member is not participating? Everyone? Okay, very good, Mr. So now let us move on to the constructive feedback and positive response reinforcement. Feedback should help students improve, not discourage them. Teachers should also recognize students' effort, not just their achievements. So, meaning to say, it is very important to us to give our feedback that students can improve their learning and not discourage them. And the teacher should recognize the effort of their students. not just their achievements. Because it is very meaningful for them to give the positive reinforcement. For example, uh, if the students give their ideas about the lesson that you are lecturing, is uh, you should the teacher should able to give or given a positive reinforcement like very good, or thank you for that insight, or good, or you're giving a round of applause or clap. So that feedback has a big impact of your students. Why? Is it because uh, that they can feel motivated, they can feel belong, include, and they can feel not ashamed. So they are not afraid to give their insight or ideas on specific lesson. So gets. So here's the question. Which motivates you more, a teacher who only points out of your mistake or teacher who recognizes your effort, and why? Any hands? Everyone? Okay, Mr. Okay, thank you for that insight. Please everyone a round of applause. So now let us move on to the promotion of peaceful pedagogy. Peaceful pedagogy means solving problems through respect, understanding, and communication instead of anger or punishment. It teaches students how to handle conflict peacefully. For example, uh, you, if you experience that the two students are argue, so you as a future educator, how you can able to encourage them to talk calmly and listen to each other sides. Meaning, if one two one of your students or two of your students are argue, we as a future educator we are going to we are going to talk them in calmly, and we are going to listen to their side, not only to the one students but also to the another students. If we know what's the happening to them, is what should we able to do that? First is dapat pag-ayusin natin sila. Instead of punishment is dapat it is instead of i-punish natin sila, pagalitan natin sila, is pag-ayusin na lang ang students. So that is the promotion of peaceful pedagogy. Meaning, dapat sa classroom is dapat ma-feel nila na merong positive environment, that everyone is happy and not afraid. And you, as a teacher, you know how to handle the conflict. How the strategy you should able to use as long as can build a peaceful environment or peaceful classroom. Gets? So that is the promotion of peaceful pedagogy. Again, the promotion of peaceful pedagogy, we as a future educator we should encourage them that everyone should respect each other. That is how we can create the peaceful climate or classroom. So now let us move on to the question. If two students start arguing during class, how will you help to solve that problem peacefully? Okay, everyone. Okay, very good. So now let us move on to the cultural responsive and classroom climate. A classroom should respect and value different cultures, languages, and beliefs. Diversity should be seen as strength that helps everyone learn from one another. Everyone, you, how can you define that you have a difference to your students, and you, another hand? So, since you already know what is your differences is we as a future educator, we should allow your differences to become strengthened, not just the we should hindi tayo magpo-focus kung ano yung pinagkaiba. Instead of that, yung pinagkaiba natin is kunin natin yung para magka-gain tayo ng another knowledge. Because allowing the student to share their tradition is very helpful for us. Why? Because if everyone can give their any different ideas, is it becomes a string one. Kumbaga mas lalakas yung or titibay yung mga ideas nila, yung experience nila. So that's a cultural responsive classroom climate. So here's the question. How can we show the respect for classmates who have different culture, tradition, or belief from ours? Okay, very good. So any questions? None? So here's the conclusion. A positive classroom climate is created when there is respect, safety, cooperation, and support. When these components are present, the students feel more confident, participate actively, and enjoy learning. So we, as a future educator, our goal is to create a classroom where every learner feels welcome, valued, and inspired to succeed. So that's all for today. Thank you. I hope you learn a lot.